In this video, I'm gonna be showing you how I apply a stencil to real skin in 7 easy steps that will help you to have long-lasting stencils so you don't ever have to worry about losing your stencil. My name is Denzel and I have been tattooing for more than 8 years. And when I first started tattooing, I had a situation where my stencil had almost completely wiped away. And it had caused such fear and anxiety within me that I had felt an impending doom reign over me from my head to my toes. If you don't know what feeling I'm talking about, I hope you never experience it. But after that, I had to figure out a way to make my stencils last longer. So I thought it would be great if I could share with you all these 7 easy to follow steps on placing a stencil on real skin, because quite honestly, it is different from placing the stencil on fake skin. Placing a stencil on real skin takes way more preparation than it does to put a stencil on fake skin. So let's get into the 7 steps for long-lasting stencils. Step 1 of placing your stencil is going to be cleaning the area with green soap. Green soap is going to be a liquid cleaner used for cleansing the skin. You're going to want to make sure you dilute the green soap with distilled water just to make sure that you're not using too much and that you're not irritating the skin by not following the dilution directions. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your green soap and spray that green soap onto a clean paper towel so that you can then take that paper towel and wipe the area where you're going to be tattooing down. You want to make sure you wipe the area down a couple of times to cleanse the area and then leave the area kind of wet for the next step. Step 2, you're going to want to shave the area to get rid of any hair. Even if the person looks like they don't have hair in the area at first glance, or even if they said that they have shaved before they came, you still want to go ahead and shave the area yourself anyway, just to be sure that you don't have anything to worry about when you're tattooing. This is going to make it so that you have a better stencil application, a clean area to work with, and that nothing is in the way of your clean lining and shading. It is also super frustrating to do a great tattoo, only to when you go take a photo, there's a patch of hair distracting from the tattoo that you did. Step 3 is going to be making sure that you sanitize the area with at least a 70% isopropyl alcohol. This 70% is going to be what's required by the health department. And this is going to be a crucial step in making sure that you get rid of any unwanted germs and bacteria on the surface of the area that you're going to be tattooing on. So this is going to help drastically with reducing the chances for infection. So at this point, I take a clean paper towel and I spray it down with the 70% alcohol. I make sure I spray enough to where the paper towel is pretty wet. After I then wipe down the area really well to ensure that I'm getting rid of any unwanted germs. And once you do this step, you want to make sure you and your client do not touch the area without clean gloves to prevent any new germs coming onto the area. Step 4 is going to be your placement test. We do this so that we know exactly where the client wants to get their tattoo. And you can do this by simply asking the client where they want to get the tattoo, where do they want the placement to be, and then eyeballing the exact area when you go to put it on. Or if you need to, another option is going to be marking the area with a marker. You can do this by simply taking the stencil, holding it up to the area where you want to put the stencil, and taking your marker and just marking the edges around the stencil. You don't need to do this in a lot of different places. Typically you pick 3 to 4 different spots on the stencil and marking the edges onto the client's skin. This is going to create a guideline for you so you know exactly where to place the stencil when the time comes. If you decide to do this method, make sure you check your health department code, because in the state of Florida, Chapter 64E-28 states that any item used for freehand artistry on the customer shall be single use and discarded after, unless an antiseptic is applied to the skin after marking the skin. So what I'm going to do is, after I have marked the skin, I'm going to take a paper towel that I have sprayed with alcohol and I'm going to wipe down the marked areas to ensure that I am following the tattoo health department code. Step 5 is going to be applying the stencil stuff to the client. So it is time for you to take your stencil stuff, and what I like to do is put a small amount on my workstation so that I don't have to go back and open the bottle if I happen to need more. How much stencil stuff you need is going to depend on the size of the design that you're going to be doing and the area that you're going to be covering. Obviously, the bigger the design, the more stencil stuff that you're going to need because the area that you're going to be covering is going to be bigger. I like to make sure that the area is not wet and visible with a layer of stencil stuff, but you want to make sure that the area is slightly tacky or sticky. Normally, I put a good amount and I rub it into the skin. And after I have covered the area where my design is going to be placed, I will take a clean paper towel and I will pat the excess off. And I do this so that the stencil doesn't bleed when I go to put on the stencil. After patting the area, we can move on to step 6, which is going to be placing the stencil onto the client. During this step, it's going to be super important that the client is standing in a relaxed position when you go to put the stencil on. You want to make sure they're not flexing or twisting the body part where you're going to be putting the stencil. If they are twisting or not standing in a relaxed position, this can cause the stencil to not be positioned correctly when they do stand relaxed. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to place my stencil down. If there is an area that I might have missed, I'm going to take a little more stencil stuff and I'm going to lift up the little area where the stencil did not transfer or I did not put enough stencil stuff, and I'm gonna put a tiny amount in that area. I'm then gonna place that piece of stencil back down on the area where I reapplied the stencil stuff. After pressing down gently on the entire area, I'm now going to remove the stencil paper and check to make sure that everything got transferred correctly and is in a position that I like. After that, I'm then going to instruct the client to go take a look at it and make sure that they don't want to make any last minute changes before we make this a permanent decision. If they decide that they want to move it, that's no problem at all. We want to make sure they get the tattoo in the desired spot where they want it, because ultimately they're gonna be the ones having it forever. Make sure your clients know that they can move it as many times as they want, and we're not forcing them to get it anywhere they don't want to get it. To remove the stencil, all we're going to do is spray the area down with green soap and alcohol, and typically you have to go back and forth between the two just to make sure that you can get a good amount of the stencil off, because the longer that the stencil stays on, the harder it is for the stencil to come off. If the client is happy with the placement, then we're ready to move on to the most important step, which is step 7. That's going to be drying the stencil. Now, this is going to be the biggest tip for long-lasting stencils so that they don't wipe away. You have to make sure that the stencil is dry before tattooing. However, you don't have to wait a year, okay? I have heard of some artists waiting 30 to 45 minutes, even an hour, to allow the stencil to dry because they're afraid of their stencil wiping away. I personally think anything over 20 minutes is going to be ridiculous, but even what I do, after the client says they like the placement, I will then take a clean paper towel and I will lightly pat the area to make sure that the area is dry. And sometimes you have to be careful because if the area is still a little bit wet, you'll have some of the stencil transfer over to the paper towel. So you kind of have to fold the paper towel up a little bit every now and again as you pat. But I'm patting the area to make sure that the area is dry and to get off any excess stencil stuff. Instead of waiting 30-45 minutes for the stencil to dry, I'm gonna just pat the area a little bit just to speed up that process. After I do that, I'm then going to finish getting set up. I'm gonna pour out my ink. I'm gonna tear off some more paper towels, use the bathroom, and after I do those things within a 5 to 10 minute time frame, because my client's time is important and I wanna make sure I'm being mindful of them at all times, I am then going to start the tattoo. If you got value out of this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna pull up my recommended video that you should watch to ensure that you have the knowledge that you need to be successful in an industry that's super hard to get educated. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.